Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And today I wanted to talk about how to keep a guy chasing you. This is an art form, right? It's not always easy to keep a man interested. And I know this is a topic that comes up pretty frequently. We see it in the comment section in our YouTube, on our YouTube channel. We get emails about it all the time. And sometimes it can feel daunting. It's something that you may not necessarily know how to do because they don't teach you this stuff in school. This isn't a class, how to keep a man interested, how to get a man to commit, how to, send those text messages that are going to keep him like totally into you. Like these aren't things that we learn in school. These are things that you have to learn throughout life and through practically applying them, right? So I wanted to be able to provide some tips, some tools for you guys to really understand how to keep a guy chasing you. So without further ado, let's get into some of those tips. Tip number 1, don't be so available. This is the one that I see time and time again, right? I see it so frequently where women have a tendency of just wanting to respond right away. So if there's a man that you're interested in and you're wanting to date him and you're kind of in that infatuation phase and you're really excited about it, the moment he texts you, you text right away. Or if he wants to see you, you're available every single time. And this is a big mistake because men also like women who are independent, who have their own lives, who have their own things going on. And if you are constantly available and you are always, jumping every time he says jump or you're answering at his beck and call, there isn't much of an element of a chase involved, right? It's kind of like you're just giving yourself to this individual. And the point of attraction, the point of that push and pull dynamic, the point of really kind of attracting this man is getting him to chase you a little bit. And if you allow yourself to be too available, if you're constantly responding to him immediately after he texts you, if you're constantly going out with him when he asks to go out with you, it's going to be kind of boring. So make sure that you are keeping busy. Like if he texts you, you don't have to respond right away. Like wait a few hours, maybe wait until the end of the night, depending on how busy you are that day. If you had made plans with a friend and he invites you to go out, don't bail on your friends. Don't ghost your friends. Like keep your plans. Do what you had originally planned on doing and just reschedule with him another time. Because like I said, that shows him that you have your own life. That shows him that you're not going to be that clingy person or that person that needs to be around him 24/7. And that's attractive to a guy. It also makes him think like, well, is she interested in me? Like, does she, really want me? Which also, like I said, it piques that interest and they want to chase a little bit more. So first thing is first, do not be so available. The second one is live your life. And this is what I kind of mentioned in the first tip or the first point, like continue living your life. If there are things that you were doing prior to meeting this individual, if you would go to a yoga class every Wednesday, if you hung out with your friends and had a wine night every Friday, if you would go to live concerts every Saturday, I mean, I know it's a little bit more difficult right now because of COVID, but just anything that you had going on in your own personal life, don't give those things up. Continue to do those things, prioritize those things in your life, because by prioritizing those things, you are preserving your self-identity and you're keeping that sense of independence. And oftentimes I find that when people get into a relationship and they allow themselves to be too available and they start to kind of bend to the whim of their partner, they start to lose themselves a little bit. And once you start to lose yourself, that's when problems really start to arise, right? That's kind of when the clingy behavior begins. That's when the insecurities begin. That's when the lack of confidence starts to kick in. And all of those things will cause your man to not want to be around you, to not want to continue the chase. So if you really want him to keep chasing and you really want him to just, commit and prove that he wants you, keep living your life. Do your thing. That's very sexy for a man. So maybe, and here's another thing, like maybe if you didn't have anything particularly that you were working on, anything that you were striving towards before meeting this guy, then invest some time in thinking about what you want to do. Invest some time in creating goals for yourself and saying, hey, this is what I want to achieve in the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year, and start working towards those things because it will help you to create your own life. I understand that a relationship is about two people coming together and forming a union and becoming a team and building a life together. But you also have to keep in mind, you are two independent human beings. You have different thought processes. You view the world differently. You may have different core values. There may be hobbies and interests that you have that he may not. Whatever the case may be, that is what makes you you. And that is what attracted him to you in the first place. So don't lose sight of that, because a lot of people forget that you should be two independent people in a relationship. And that's why it's so important to formulate that foundation of an independent life before you even get into a relationship. And if you haven't done that yet, start doing that now, because it will help you exponentially in your relationship, and it will help to develop a strong and healthy one down the line. The third and final one is something called the push and pull method, right? So it's kind of, you come towards your partner and then you pull away a little bit. It's kind of like fishing. You're pulling out, you're throwing the line out, and then you're kind of reeling in a little bit. You're throwing the line out, you're reeling in a little bit. But there's balance here, right? So you don't want to do that too much. You don't want to do it the entire time, because if you do that the entire time, it's just really exhausting and it's kind of annoying. But in the beginning, in the infatuation phase, there should be a bit of that push and pull dynamic, right? You give a little bit, you show them that they're interested, you flirt, and then you pull away a little bit and let them come and chase you. And once they feel like they've gotten you, you pull away a little bit. You kind of keep pushing the finish line a little bit further and further and further away. And now, like I said, it's not something that you want to do consistently throughout the entire relationship. But in the beginning, it also helps to feed into that chase mentality where he feels like, okay, I've got this girl, she's mine, I got her. And then he realizes, oh wait, hold on, I don't have her. What do I have to do to get her? And then he keeps fighting and fighting and fighting. That will keep him chasing you. But there's a difference between utilizing the push and pull method in regards to attraction and using it as a game. Don't use it as a game. You don't want to toy with people's emotions. You don't want to convince people of something that may not necessarily be true. And if you are not interested in this individual, it's not fair for you to do that to them and drag them along. Use this method as a way to get him interested and continue to keep him interested for the period of the infatuation phase. Once you get into the casual dating phase, it's okay to use it every once in a while, right? But all the time, it would not be advised, because this is where you're really building the foundation of the relationship. You're really working on the communication. You're working on the conflict resolution. You're working on building more of the attraction and the intimacy. So there are other things that become more important than just trying to get the guy. Because if you've already passed the infatuation phase and you're more into the casual dating phase where there's exclusivity and there's a bit of a commitment, then you're in a good place to be able to start to build on all these other foundational elements. But again, don't forget, keeping a man chasing you is something that you can utilize and do throughout the entirety of your relationship. And it's something that's advised because it will keep that spark going. If you are struggling with keeping a man interested and it's something that you want to really try to figure out, if you want to keep him chasing you, I have created an incredible product that will help you to do that. So if you really want to know the secrets, if you really want to know some solid tips and just be able to get a little bit more detailed information in regards to how to do that, head over to Happily Committed and click on the tab that says product, and there you will find the How to Keep a Man Interested training. And I promise you, it is something that will help you exponentially. It'll change the dynamic of your relationship, and you will feel so much more confident in keeping him chasing you. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love having open dialogue with people. So if this is something that you feel like you got something out of, or you got something out of this, or maybe you feel like I may have missed something, I love to hear what you have to say. So please make sure you leave your comments down below. Maybe you just want a little bit more information. You want to dive in a little bit deeper. You can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos related to this topic and many other topics as well. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team, you can also do that directly through the website. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. See you guys soon.